everyone, it's time for another science story with Mrs. C. Today I'll be reading a book titled Earth Cycles. It was written by the author Michael Ross and illustrated by the illustrator Gustav Moore. Before we start reading, let's look at some of the vocabulary words that you'll hear in today's book. Earth cycles. Here are 6 words that I picked out for us to review before I read. The first word is cycle. Next, we have motion. This third word is top, but I put the word spinning in front of it because the type of top we're speaking about is a spinning top. Next, we have vary, sliver, and prow. Let's look at these definitions with some pictures to help us better understand the meaning of each word. Cycle means a series of events that are regularly repeated in the same order. So to repeat means to do it again, right? This is a picture of the moon cycle. So what part of the moon we can see based on the sun shining on it changes, and it keeps repeating that same cycle. So you might see a full moon, it'll get bigger or smaller, and then the new moon, you can hardly see it at all, and the same thing, it gets bigger or smaller all over again. So this cycle just repeats over and over, and the order does not change, it stays the same. Our next word is motion, which means the process of moving or being moved. So look at all of these little pictures. We have a car in motion. It's driving, right? So it's going in a straight forward motion. We also have time. The time on this clock, the hand is going around and around. So we have a motion of going around this clock. We also have a horse down here. It's running, right? Its legs are in motion. It's pushing it forward. We have an airplane, so it's taking off. It might be going upward as it's going into the sky, and it is gaining that height as it's taking off. Then it might go straight through the sky. So motion is movement, the process of moving or something being moved, right? Sometimes little things like this, little cogs, they might be moved by another cog or another motor somewhere. Sometimes they're not moving on their own. Our next word in the text is going to say top, but like I said, this is sometimes also called a spinning top. A spinning top is a toy that with a quick twist or a quick spin may start to spin. So here are some little spinning tops, and up here I wanted to include another picture so you could see that pointed bottom. They usually have a pointed bottom, and that's what they're spinning on. Our next word is vary. To vary means to change from one condition to another. So many things in life can vary. The weather varies, right? It might be sunny one day, might have a thunderstorm another day. In some areas it might snow one day, we might get rain. So the weather varies, it changes a lot, right? Another thing that varies is temperature. So this looks like the sun is up, the temperature is probably warm. Depending on where you are on Earth, the temperature can vary quite a bit. It's freezing cold in some areas right now, even though where you live in Florida, it's probably pretty warm. So vary means to change. A sliver is a small, thin piece of something from a larger piece. So right here we can see a sliver of the moon. Does that mean we really cut this little piece off? No. You can actually sort of still see the full sphere of that moon, right? You can see the full roundness, but the sun's light is only shining on this tiny sliver, so this thin piece. And our last word is prow. Prow means the pointed or projecting front part of something. So often you'll hear prow when it's referencing this front part of a ship that points out. But prow could also be on a different type of vehicle. In our book, it's going to talk about the prow of a spaceship. So prow is just a pointed or projecting front part. This is a prow of this sailing ship. All right, so let's go ahead and read our book. Again, the title is Earth Cycles. The Earth is round like a ball, and it moves in circular motions. It changes in patterns that go round and round like the wheels on a bike. Events that repeat over and over again in the same way are called cycles. Day cycles. The Earth spins all the time. It goes round and round like a very slow top. It takes a whole day to make one spin. So here you can see they put the little handle that you spin and they put a little pointed part on the bottom, kind of like that toy. It's not really on Earth, of course. They're just showing you it spins like a spinning top. As it spins, each part of the Earth takes a turn facing the sun and being bathed in light. The part of the Earth that faces the sun has daytime. As it spins, each part of the Earth takes a turn facing away from the sun and is covered in darkness. The part that faces away from the sun has nighttime. Isn't that so cool? Daytime on this side, nighttime on this side. Each day, you ride on a slowly spinning planet Earth from day to night and back. Each day, you move through light to dark and back again. You ride the day cycle. So remember, a cycle is repeating. So we have daytime, nighttime, daytime, nighttime, daytime, nighttime. It just keeps going. Day facts. A day is 24 hours. Daylight length varies or changes from season to season on each part of the earth. And here are the 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall. Each day, as the earth spins toward the sun's light, we see the sun first appear in the east and at the end of the day disappear in the west. Moon around. The moon travels in a circle too, never stopping, always changing. It circles around the earth. The moon is like a mirror reflecting sunlight. From where we watch on earth, the moon appears to change shape from night to night. What we see is the moon reflecting more light or less light. This moon mirror changes from a sliver, remember that itty bitty one, to a sideways grin. It changes from a half circle to a giant disc. Looks like a giant disc, right? A giant circle. Then it finally begins to slowly fade, night by night, into darkness before appearing again. Once more, it is a sliver in the night sky that is ready to go on another moon cycle, a circle of moons. Moon facts. The moon cycle takes a little less than 27 days. There are 13 lunar cycles in a year. The tides, right, these wavy water in the ocean, the tides are higher and lower during full moons. The cycle of seasons. Some spaceships have pointed prows and fins, right? So that's the front part that sticks out, and then fins are like a fish, they stick out on the side. But ours is a sphere, like a giant orange. So they're saying Earth is like our spaceship, right? We're going through space on Earth, and they've made it look like an orange. Isn't that funny? It is called Earth, and you travel on it around the sun. Each journey takes a whole year. Each orbit around the sun is a trip through the seasons. You travel from chilly winters to mild springs, into hot summers and on to cool autumns. At the end of each autumn is a new winter and then another year, the beginning of another cycle of seasons. So seasons are a cycle too, right? Winter, spring, summer, fall, winter, spring, summer, fall. It just repeats. Year facts. A year is 365 days. Each season is 3 months long. The shortest day of the year is called the winter solstice. The longest day is called the summer solstice. Now, when they mean shortest and longest day, they don't mean that the hours in the day actually change, but the amount of sunlight, how long we have that day sunlight is what changes. And here are the months of the year: January, February, March, and April, May, June, July and August, September, October, November, December. There are 12 months in a year. The earth is round like a ball, and it moves in circular motions. It changes in patterns called cycles that go round and round like the wheels on a bike. The end. I hope you enjoyed listening to this book. If you want to check it out yourself from a local library, the title is Earth Cycles. The author is Michael Ross, and the illustrator is Gustav Moore. I hope now you know a little bit more about the Earth, the Moon, and all of those fun cycles that we go through all the time. See you next time. Goodbye.